Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. Everything I do for you is free. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Twice a day, 7 days a week, I share my experience as a full-time crypto trader. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently trading at 34,575. Ethereum 2131. Ethereum is down 4.61% and Bitcoin down 4.9%. We see the stable coins USDC, DAI, USDT, and BUSD going green. This means money is flowing out of the crypto market into stable coins. And we can see quite a bit of red here in the market. If you were to look at this picture, you might think that the crypto market was weak. Let's have a look under the hood. Let's see what's actually happened. I'd like to say welcome to our new community members and thank you to everyone who comments and helps other people inside the community. It's really beautiful to see. Thank you so much and welcome to everyone that's new. You're very welcome in our community and look forward to reaching out and saying hi personally. Let's do a quick news sentiment analysis. I've analyzed these articles and 5 are negative, 4 are positive, and 1 is neutral. I want to bring your attention to 2 things. ARK and its Bitcoin ETF with 21 shares, but particularly this one. I think this is very, very big signal. 650 US banks start offering Bitcoin to 24 million clients. That is really impressive. That's signal. Let's apply Rule 171. Zoom out. We do this to gain perspective on what we're looking at each day. To gain perspective, we look at the KS model. The KS model is a real-time Bitcoin technical trading model based on institutional price psychology. You can see that the current price here is 34,498. We can see that the Bitcoin is in the white sun area of its cycle. The psychological sunshine is out. We notice that the previous all-time high in the last cycle, price is above that. Price has never fallen below in a current cycle underneath a previous cycle. This is really important to understand. From this perspective, personally, I feel very secure at this point. Let's have a look at some analysis. Bitcoin net realized profit and loss. This red here means a lot of people have lost on Bitcoin due to this recent sell-off. That means that people basically have come to the end of their selling. They say, whoever's left is saying, I'm not selling anymore. This particular chart, Tether is USDT. It's balanced on all exchanges. We see whenever Tether has a spike up, what's actually occurring is that Tether is getting ready to be deployed. We've seen these spikes up. It's almost like, just think about it this way. Practically speaking, if you want to buy on an exchange, you just transfer some money and you convert it to a stable coin and then you buy crypto. That's the way most people do things. This is a very bullish sign. We've zoomed out. Now, Rule 172 is to zoom in. All of these rules were hard won by losses, lots of them. Every trader, every investor goes through losses. That is the tuition fee you pay for learning. I share these rules so that you don't have to pay the losses that normal traders and investors have to pay. I hope it helps. I'd like to let you know that I just released episode 93 on drawing structural support and resistance. Many in the community have asked for that guide in order to how to put the charts together like I do. Many people have also asked for T-Fuel to be analyzed. I thought, what a great opportunity to just put both together. Here are some community members that asked. There have been many. That's out there for you now. I hope it helps. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's technical analysis. In episode 92, price was at 35,776. It's now at 34,594. Very interesting thing to note is price always moves in waves. So I mentioned price is negatively biased, so it means it's always going up and down, up and down. This down moment tends to push a lot of people off because they don't expect it. When people are new to trading and investing, they just expect it to go up and up and up, and if there's any volatility with it going down even slightly, they think it's going to tank and head towards zero. That's really not the case. All price moves in waves. It's really helpful to know that. It will save you a tremendous amount of money. Now, I've just drawn this particular line here. It's a resistance line, very tight. And if you look at episode 93, I go through how I draw lines, tight and loose, structural resistance and support, and also these horizontal lines. I think it'll really help you out. But I want you to keep your eye on this line as we go through all the alts. It will really, really help you. Let's talk about support and resistance. Bitcoin is currently above its support at 34,267. That's a structural support. It's quite strong. It has support below at 33,588 as well. It's just below the $35,000 mark, but not by much. And the next resistance level is 36,171. I'd like to let you know that I'm sharing different trading rules throughout the entire video, so if you watch to the end, you'll be able to see those. Let's turn towards the longs and the shorts. We can see relatively that the shorts are decreasing. The longs were going up for a while, but they're also decreasing. So far, the shorts are really winning over the longs. Let's check that out in terms of liquidations. We can see the 24-hour liquidation is 278.51 million, not very high. Normal trading volume is around the 500 million mark. 69,769 people were liquidated, or positions were liquidated. Across the past hour, 51% of liquidations were long, and we can see there's been quite a few long liquidations in the past, not too many shorts, which sort of bears up with what we were thinking about too. Let's have a quick look at total crypto market cap. What I've done is just drawn this line down. That's a tight resistance line. We want to see as soon as that line breaks and how it breaks. When you look through the other coins, you'll find some really interesting things. That's why I want you to keep your eye on this. It will really help you analyze your own coin. If we see total crypto market cap is trading currently at $1.394 trillion, we see this resistance line, and it's really kind of just hovering around the support of this up channel. Just bear in mind this fingerprint, the M, the W. There were so many comments on what this could be. A horn, a Viking longship. It's very funny. Okay, so we may say that this has kind of turned into an upside down V now. That's probably the easiest way of saying it. Something that may help is, why don't we just get into the alts? Why are we bothering with all this context? Who cares? The best thing that you can know, if you do this, you're setting yourself up for success and financial blessings. If you don't do it, you're setting yourself up for extreme losses. We have to look at how the entire market is moving. We know that Bitcoin's fingerprint impacts all alts. We can see that it's not always a one-to-one relationship in terms of how it impacts. For example, we see this particular M, W, upside down V playing out here. If we go to Bitcoin, we see the M, the W, the upside down V, but you see it's looking more like a rocket or something. It's gone down a little bit more. These are the things that we want to keep our eye on. Just before we get into analyzing all the alts, it's really good for us to create this trading journal and diary and keep a close eye on the top movers. The top 7, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, ADA, DOGE, and XRP. Let's look at the top 24-hour percent gainers: UMA, Waves, Ethereum Classic, ZEC, Rev, Qtum, and Swissborg. It's very interesting, isn't it? 15% in UMA. You notice this exponential price increase because it covered across a high. It's very interesting to look at these thumbnails. That's a whole different episode that I can cover of how to interpret these things. Keep your eye on them when we're going through. Let's go the other way. Top 24-hour percent losses: T-Fuel, Celo, Doge, Theta, MATIC, FDM, BSV. We know all price moves in waves. We're not too fussed about these things. Let's look at the greatest gainers over 7 days: Celo, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Gold, XDC, Decred, Waves, and Elron. Let's check out the largest 7-day percent losses: T-Fuel, NEAR, Phantom, AMP, Theta, Polygon, and MDX. It's really important to remember Rule 93. This is a critical rule. Bitcoin's fingerprint impacts every alt. What Bitcoin does will be imprinted onto every alt. If you know this, you are going to be a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Just quickly, I'll just remind you of Bitcoin's fingerprint. This M, this W, this kind of upside down rocket, or V. Let's have a look at total market cap. M, W, rocket. Now, let's have a look at Ethereum. M, W, rocket. But you notice the rocket is elongated up. There's a lot of fresh air here. What does that tell you? This is really good for you to think about. That tells you Ethereum is strong. That's an incredibly good sign. You'll see with some of the alts, it's not like that at all. Ethereum is currently trading at 2131, above support at 2100, and above support at 2020. It has immediate resistance at 2178 and higher resistance at 2304. Let's have a look at Binance Coin, BNB. Remember that line, that tight line? Remember the open air that Ethereum had? It's different here. Look at this structural resistance. This is what I want to help you to try and see when you look through things. This structural resistance is like a weight. It's pushing down on BNB's price. Everything I do is to try and help you. So if I can point out anything at all which is of assistance, I definitely will. BNB is currently trading at 289.60 at a good structural level of support. It has resistance above at 309, 318, and 327. It has support below at 278 and good structural support at 264. As promised, there are a couple of rules that are hidden amongst these little alt gems. Rule 93, a new one. Let price come to you. What does it mean? We don't chase price. We're cool, we're relaxed, we're chilled. We say, yeah, go on price, go away from us, you'll come back. And you can see how true that is. For example, if we just look at ADA, we can see Cardano was scaling up, and a lot of people would feel a lot of fear of missing out, FOMO, so that they would say, okay, I'm going to buy it at any price, which is generally called market price, which means you get filled instantly. What happened? Price is negatively biased. It came back. Price is always moving in a wave. We let price come to us. How do we do that? We seek to buy at support. This can save you thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, depending on your portfolio, millions. And it can make you the reverse in terms of profit. It's really important to think this way. Let price come to you. ADA is currently trading at 131.70. Below is support at 128.48 and 124.11. When I pause after a number, if I say 1, that means like $1, or 10, that means like $10. It's a really, really good way to call out the number, because one of the other rules, well, there's so many rules, but exact precision is really important for you when you trade and invest. You really want to be placing, for example, a buy order, if you wanted to, at, for example, 124.11, not 124, not 120. For example, this is really, really important. These are tips all designed to make you a financial blessing to yourself and others. It's really valuable stuff to know this. It takes a long time to learn it. ADA has resistance above at 14006 and psychological resistance at $1.50. That's something that I will make another video on. I think that's quite an important topic for you. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. We can see Bitcoin's fingerprint elongated. Haha, elongated. That's really funny. Sorry, I thought that was just so funny. Elon Musk gated. Okay, we see an M, we see a W, and we see the rocket. And notice the degree of distortion here. It's absolutely fascinating for me. I just love to see patterns. This is really cool. Notice that the same the same resistance line on everything is occurring, but Doge is showing weakness, and it's probably related to this structural resistance being so strong and pushing the price down. These are the things, little tips that can really, really help you out. Doge is currently trading at 24451. It's changing so quickly I can't read it out. It has support below at 23,393 and 22,200. It has resistance above at 25,735 and 27,989. Rule 86. Price is negatively biased. That means price is more likely to come down than to go up. And when it comes down, it can come down sharply, unexpectedly. That's why we buy at support. We do our layer buying. It's very profitable. Let's have a look at XRP. XRP is currently trading at 66.32, just pretty much at support. It has structural support below, which means strong support, at 63.17. Again, you can have a look at that newly released video. Will really help you out. And it has support at the 60 cent mark. It has resistance just above at the 67.40 mark. But I think now it's becoming more significant for XRP to cut this resistance line and turn it into support. You notice that this resistance line that we've drawn on all the other charts, you notice that the open air is on the wrong side. XRP is being pushed down by that structural resistance occurring at 71.49. It's almost like a repellent. It's pushing price away from it. These are really important concepts to understand. They will make you a tremendous amount of money in the markets. In episode 93 that I just put out on structural support and resistance, I talked about tight lines. This is a tight line. You notice I'm not drawing it out here. For example, I'm not doing that. I'm doing a tight line. The reason is the faster tight lines break, the more signal you get that a trend change is coming. This is really interesting. It's different from the other lines, isn't it? It's great for you to see these things. That's why we cover so many coins. It's just absolutely eye-opening. Now, DOT is trading at 15,288. It has support below, and look at these confluences of support. This up channel of support, this another up channel of support at 14,748. It's really good. And it also has support at 14,023. Remember, price is negatively biased. Price moves in waves. These things are all normal stuff. Just think about it like that. Polkadot has resistance above at 16,441 and above at 17,200. 297. Let's have a look at Solana, Sol. Sol is currently trading at 32,316, pretty much at support. It has another level of support below it at 31,604. The next major resistance is 35,274. We're keeping our eye on this resistance line. We can see Sol is trying to pierce it. This is quite good. Let's see how it plays out. Cartisi, we have the same on CTSI, that same resistance line. You notice how it's crossed across. That's indicating a change in trend. It's not confirmed yet, but that's a really good sign. Cartisi is currently trading at 44,197. That's 44 cents. It has support below at 40,408 and resistance above at 47,087. It's also got psychological resistance at the 50-cent mark. That's a really important thing to understand, those psychological resistance levels. Rule 41, layer by positions. This is a fantastic rule to demonstrate today. How I bring these rules to you is that I make them practical. Everything I do is to make it real for you and make it practical. This layer by positions is really practical right now. I'll explain. Say you traded Avalanche, AVAX, and you want it to get up when it's rocketing up, and you say, I'll just buy everything at this price, $12.30, and then, don't you know it, it goes down. That is what tends to happen to traders and investors all the time. And these percentages, we call them slippage. If you get slippage on your price, it erodes your capital value. You want to really keep away from that. Instead, it's always good if you always want to be right, and that's fair. Everybody wants to be right. So you just put a percentage at that number, wherever you choose to buy. Say it's $12.30. You put it in there, $12.304. You put a percentage there, and then you go down to support, and you put another percentage. If you really feel like the price could get away from you and your risk tolerance isn't that great, you could put a layer by midway between the support and where you bought, say around $12.04. Now, as you know, price is negatively biased. The better way is to put it at support here, put it at support there, and for example, put it at support for those who are just listening on like a podcast. You would put it at support at 11,702 and 10,548. That's $10.548. And then you could just pick a midpoint in there at 11,052. Now, this, when we say let price come to you, you don't care if price hits these levels or not. What you care is that you're disciplined, that you're really trading a system. You must always have a system to be profitable. If you trade on emotion, you're going to make horrible losses. Just always try to find a system. One thing that AVAX is demonstrating, let's just pull this line across. Look at that open air. That's like Ethereum. That's beautiful to see. This is strength. You always want to invest in strength. You don't want to invest in weakness. If you invest in weakness, it just gets weaker. It's an unfortunate thing. If you think something is going to turn around and you buy it at $10 and it goes to $5 and $1, it's going the wrong way. Weakness does that. Strength goes the other way. It goes from $1 to $5 to $10. I'll help you with picking those things and to analyze the footprints of both strength and weakness in future videos. It's just really good to know. AVAX is currently trading at 11,389. It has psychological support always at whole numbers. It's really good to remember, especially significant whole numbers like 10 and 11. It has psychological support at 11, and it also has an up channel of support and a horizontal support at 10,548. That's quite good, and it's exhibiting a lot of strength. The resistance levels, key ones, are 12,513, and the structural resistance at 13,476. Now this is a really beautiful one to show you. I know a lot of people in the community love Luna, Terra. Look at this downward tight line that we drew. See the rockets taking off? Sometimes when you look under the hood of the crypto market, you see things that other people don't see. That's your edge. You always want to have an edge. Notice this up channel of support here drawn between these bases and also at the bottom of that M. Just to be consistent, we see open air just like Ethereum, but look at that, even more open air. This is demonstrating strength. Strength is always the thing that you want to get a hold of. Luna is currently trading at spot on $6, well, roughly now. It has a level of resistance above at 6,214 and 6,790. It has support at 5,920 and 5,586. That's $5.58. And a 6 after it. MATIC is a real favorite in the community, and MATIC is currently acting problematic again. Well, I think that might change because we have a lot of structural support playing under here. I think what's happening is a large degree of accumulation. We also have this problem of structural resistance pushing the price away. We can see MATIC is currently trading at 111,907. It is pretty much at support. Underneath, levels of support are 105,585 and 1.01203. We also have a further level of structural support at 0.95360. We have levels of resistance above. I would keep my eye quite personally on the structural resistance level of 1,36913. That is your critical one to watch. One of the things I love to do is show you my sort of personal edge. I look at Binance derivatives and I see the change in the price of the contract over the past 24 hours. Trading volume is 63.2 billion. 24-hour open interest is about 5.75 billion. I'm particularly looking at the relativities between all the percentages. Let's go and have a look at that. So we can see quite a bit of negative in the market. This is all right. You know, it's sunlight and it's rain. Very interesting. Axie Infinity AXS is coming up as waves is. I notice that certain groups tend to move like this when price comes down. It's quite fascinating. There's a whole area of study on groups and grouping. MTL, CVC, STMX, they're all giving you an insight into where there could be potential opportunity. And that's what it's all about in trading and investing, just getting an edge. I hope you found this content useful. Everything I do for you is free. Please be aware of scammers. I do these videos to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from. I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out. If you have any questions, let me know. Our community is very helpful and supportive too. If you would like twice daily updates, 7 days a week on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube and follow me on Twitter. Always remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and the worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.